Marco no va a decir, ¿no? Ahora va a decir, eh, eh, guess what? It is the Mother Quita Love Series. I promise you're gonna have an excellent time. You've been quarantined. You've been loved. Now, well, time for you to go back to work.
Never change.
Time to get up and get ready for the hottest morning show in the ATL. It's the Wake, Bake, and Coffee Morning Show live with Georgia First Black Governor. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you the most interactive radio show live. We bring in the hottest news, the illest independent artists, and a whole lot of love, baby. Okay. Get up, roll up, sit back, and ride.
Yeah.
To the wait, baby.
Yeah.
Coffee morning show with your host, Georgia's first black governor.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to God's second greatest show on earth. Right. The Wake Bacon Coffee Morning Show. Good morning, Mama Quita. You okay, Mama Quita? You sure? Why you look so sad, Mama Quita? That's all right. You look real shiny right here, though. Like you about to beat somebody up. You look like the 80s. Like you put Vaseline like right here. So they can slide off. Good morning, Tamara. Hey, I mean, it's okay, Mama Quita. It's the love series. So, how's everybody doing this morning? Good morning, Stevie Steve. Good morning, Low Daddy. Good morning, Gap Teeth. Good morning, Tamara. Good morning to everybody that's tuning in.
Can't hear me. Can y'all hear me? Is it just me being low? Y'all, I'm not a morning person.
Yeah, it's you being low because I can barely hear you. And it's crazy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll fix that in a minute.
That's okay.
Give me a minute.
Let you perk up. Let you get there.
Yeah.
They let you get there.
It's raining. It's funky. It's just...
It's cool. We understand. Good morning, Miss White. Good morning, Ace. How's everybody doing this morning? Low Daddy's in the building. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, YouTube, Periscope. By the way, if you are watching, whether you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on Facebook, please double check to see if you are in line to get the notifications. I've had several people call me in the last couple of days letting me know that they are not receiving the notifications, and YouTube has unsubscribed some of you. So go back, check your what you call that? Check the subscribe to make sure that you're still subscribed to the Wake Bacon Coffee Morning Show channel, and make sure that you are subscribing to the notifications. What you like King David, what you just make yourself happy. That's what you call living out the word for real.
I can stand you sometimes.
That's what you call living out the word. You know, words say you can make yourself happy. Look at that. Why is there an echo on your side? It's like I can hear myself coming through some type of little speaker you have. It's just a thought. I was just asking. I get it. Hey, we know what you meant. Hey. Tamara, you're not supposed to be taking sides. But I do thank y'all for coming in. I do love and appreciate each and every one of y'all. If to my people that's on YouTube, please make sure that y'all hit the subscribe button. Make sure that to my people on Facebook, make sure that you're able. It says get notifications. Let me cut this down. It says get notifications. So Make sure that y'all like. If you're on YouTube, please pump some heart. If you're on Facebook and on Periscope, please pump some hearts. Please like and share. Please invite your friends in. Mama Quita. I'm about to get you some headphones. Mama Quita got a great show for you today. We gonna buy Mama Quita some headphones. She needs them. This is so you can hear the playback in your ear, how I'm listening to the playback in my ear. This is so we don't clash. Sometimes we clash. Good morning, Barbie. So welcome to the Wake Bacon Coffee Morning Show. Listen, you and your boo, bae, boo, y'all had a great quarantine run. I don't know where we going with this, and I can't wait. But what we gonna do right now? See that right there? That's what I'm talking about. So what we gonna do right now? We gonna take a break. Oh, I didn't think so. So we gonna take a break, and we gonna come right back. There's no inspirational. Well, I have an inspirational rant. There's no Portia Kirkland words of wisdom, and then we gonna get into this love series. You and your boo had a great run. You and your boo. Ooh, what y'all doing? Gonna be some babies in January. And special request to Stevie Steve. He is blessed with Sashay, with you. And we'll be back with more of the Wake Bake Coffee on the show right after this.
Just want to be with you. I don't care where we be. I just want you here with me. I just want to be with you, with you, with you, with you. I just want you here with me, just with me. I don't care. Baby, that's what I'm here for. Say the word and we can't go. Surrender and let's go. Oh. Don't care where we go. I just want to be with you. I don't care where we be. I just want you here with me. I just want to be with you, with you.
From the seas of the Odyssey to top of Mount Everest for the world to see. Walk China walls, just you and me. From the coast of the Nile to part the Red Sea. Travel through the stars to another galaxy. Down the rabbit hole, up the yellow brick road. Twist our faith like a turn into a soul. Just as the wind blows, see how it goes. I don't care where we go. I just want to be with you. I'll follow you there, that perfect pair. So rare, double the dares. We wear, I care, I'm here, I'm there. My love, I promise, yeah, I pinky swear.
Don't care where we go. I just want to be with you. I don't care where we be. I just want you here with me. I just want to be with you, with you, with you. I just
Welcome back to the welcome back to the wake to the wake bake and coffee morning show. Welcome, welcome. We're here on the Mama Quita and that was blessed. I have the illest echo. Hello? And it's not that. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Mama Quita. So welcome back to the bank. Welcome back to the Wake Bake Coffee Morning Show, man. We're here live on the Mama Quita Love series. That was Blessed featuring Sashay with you. Please forgive me for the echo. This is crazy. I don't know where it's coming from. And it's driving me crazy. Yeah. So, besides that, that was the extended version. No, it's not. Okay, it was the extended version. So, thank y'all for tuning in and rocking out with us. This Thursday, it's a beautiful day in the ATL, man. It is lovely out here. Even though it is raining, it is still a day that the Lord has made. Be thankful, be grateful that you are above ground this morning and that you can actually see it. He said, close the door. That would be nice, but there's no door to close. And Steve, I think you understand where I'm coming from. But there's no door to close.
What about behind you?
That's not gonna help, Steve. It's we would have to find Mama Quita some headphones.
So the echo's still any better?
Y'all still getting the echo? I'm still getting it. And that's probably because how you're coming in. And because of the proximity. But it's okay. Because I'll be muted real soon. Because y'all come here to see me. Y'all came here to see Mama Quita. Right. Y'all know y'all didn't come here to see me. Y'all came here to see the queen. Hey, Mama Quita. Put a smile on your face, Mama Quita. I understand it's raining outside. Smile. It's going to be all right. I promise. You and Boo, I'm pretty sure y'all had a great quarantine run. Hey, Boo. Oh, okay. So, your inspirational rant this morning comes from Van Moon. It's a 7-day reading called The I Factor. Pow. See? The I Factor. I don't even know who you are. But thanks for mentioning me in your comments. I hope it was something great. So. All right. So your inspirational rant this morning goes as follows. One of the biggest problems in our society is that so few people every day so few people recognize or acknowledge the I factor. Everybody has one, but many people don't recognize that. And some people it's positive, and some it's a negative. And some people is weak, and others is strong. For most people, though, it's a struggle because it goes unnoticed and therefore unaddressed. It's like a stealth bomber that wreaks havoc in a person's life, while the person has no idea the bomber is even in flight. In many ways, life is a battle, just as real as any military conflict. People wrestle with financial issues, relational issues, bad habits, and addictions, poor choices, trying to get ahead personally and professionally, and a host of other challenges that everyday life presents. Like it or not, in order to succeed, we have to fight. We have to fight
external enemies, but we also have to fight internal forces that causes us to sabotage ourselves. Good morning, Wayne. In order to win the battles necessary to succeed in life, we have to start with three things. First, we need to recognize the I factor. We need to realize that not every hindrance, delay, or challenge we face is external. Some of them, some of the most potent, are internal. Second, we need to deal with the weakness and the negative aspect of our own I factors. This may not be quick and an easy process, but the rewards will be tremendous. Third, we need to replace the faulty elements of our I factors with a strong, healthy ingredients. As we do this, we turn the things that hinder us into the things that will help us. I believe that you are destined for so much more than what you're currently experiencing. I am convinced your life can be much better than it is now, and so much better than you have ever imagined. I know you have many gifts, skills, talents, and dreams just waiting to take you to the next level of greatness. No doubt you may have many of your externals in order, but perhaps you know how deep down that something you cannot perceive clearly and may not be able to articulate, but you know it is there. It's holding you back from the life you long for. There's a good chance that something is related to the I factor. So, the I factor. That is your inspirational rant for today, is the I factor. Somewhere deep down, internally, there's something that's going on that's stopping you from achieving the greatness in which you want to achieve. It's stopping you from reaching the levels that you want to reach. Extend deep down on the inside. A lot of us try to clean that out by ourselves. But what I realize, good morning, RA. But what I realize is the only person that can do a deep cleansing inside of you is God himself. You can try on your own, and it doesn't really work. But with his help, through prayer, through fasting, it's not going to be a 24-hour turnaround. But how hard are you willing to work on your I factor? So that's your inspirational read for this morning. Good morning, Wayne. Thank everybody for tuning in. Good morning, RA. So, we're going to take us a nice little break. And then when we come back, y'all going to get Mama Quita words of wisdom. You and Boo. What happened? What happened? All right, say good morning, sis. No. What's that? What's going on? You wanted something to add? Something to say? Yeah. Who else am I talking to?
What you doing?
Oh. I just saw you throw your finger up like you know that church. Wait a minute. So when we come back, we gonna get into Mama Quita's love series right after this.
Yeah, man, she been out here wilding out a little bit. Auntie Jody want me to talk to her. Hold on.
So when you gonna let me come in?
Maybe next time.
Next time? All right, then I'll wait on it.
All right.
Right there.
Bye.
This her right here. I'll hit you back.
Hey.
What's going on? Yo, let me holler at you real quick.
I know reality can cut you when you're facing it. It's better than the fantasy that you replace it with. Compliments and attention, the likes and mentions can lead you astray when you be chasing it. You say you're a bad chick who likes bad boys. That's probably why you stay in bad relationships. If you only knew the worth of your love, girl, maybe you would see the value in you saving it. And they say, why would he buy the cow when he gets his milk for free? If he won't make you wifey, why give him your husband's luxury? Then he does a 180 when he's sick of you. It's easier to leave what you're not committed to. So you cried yourself to sleep that night and you woke up a different you. That isn't true. Do you know who you are? Do you know you're a star? You're a star. A whole galaxy, babe. A whole galaxy, babe. Out here looking crazy, looking crazy. Do you know you're a queen? You're a queen. The offspring of a king. Offspring of a king. You a royalty, baby. You are royalty. If you didn't show your body, would he notice you? If now I give him the pleasure of even knowing you. And though you love it when your body make his head turn, it'll turn away when someone show him more than you. Does he take advantage of you when you broke down to pick you up cause he believe in you when no one do? And if he know that you a gift, he gon' wait for you. And if he won't, then he really deserve to open you. No. And they say, why would he buy the house if you let him live in it for free? He don't wanna be no husband, but wants you to be everything a wife should be. Then he does a 180 when he's sick of you, cause it's easier to leave what you're not committed to. I guess you got so tired of crying, you died then just became what he did to you. That isn't true. Do you know who you are? Do you know you're a star? You're a star. A whole galaxy, babe. A whole galaxy, babe. Out here looking crazy, looking crazy. Do you know you're a queen? You're a queen. The offspring of a king. Offspring of a king. You a royalty, baby. You are royalty. You a
Baby girl, you're amazing. Just wanted to tell you that. And love can be shown. Don't let nobody just tell you that. I know you done been through hell and back. Just looking for love in the wrong places yet to find where it's at. So that's where you settled at. So you settle with love, settle for lust, huh? All you ever learn from a man is never to trust one. So you did everything right. You made him a great wife. The problem is that man was never your husband. Your feelings are hurt, you live and you learn, no. But never give him what he ain't willing to work for. See that Benz he paid for? He had to save for. It just goes to show you what he won, he'll wait for. Real talk.
Do you know who you are? Do you know you're a star? You're a star. A whole galaxy, babe. A whole galaxy, babe. Out here looking crazy, looking crazy. Do you know you're a queen? You're a queen. The offspring of a king. Offspring of a king. You a royalty, babe. You are royalty. You a royalty. Do you know who you are? Do you know you're a star? You're a star. A whole galaxy, babe. A whole galaxy, babe. Out here looking crazy, looking crazy. Do you know you're a queen? You're a queen. The offspring of a king. Offspring of a king. You a royalty, babe. You are royalty. You a royalty.
Y'all know what time it is.
Hey y'all. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm
Mama Quita.
and this here is the Mama Quita's Love Series.
Y'all know what time it is.
So grab your pen and your pad and put on your thinking caps. And let's get down to this relationship business.
Y'all know what time it is.
Mama Quita's Love Series.
Yeah. Y'all know what time it is. Welcome back to the Wake Bacon Coffee Morning Show. It is the Mama Quita Love Series. Hey, Mama Quita. What you on the parade pageant? I'm confused. You are? That's good. Can y'all hear Mama Quita?
Hello.
Yeah, see, there you go. See, I can hear you. So I know they can hear you. It's on you, Mama Quita. It's the love series.
Okay. Hi, y'all. Good morning. So, it's kind of been a topic that has been on my mind for a while, but I just really have not um, said anything. Mm. So, right now, you and Boo, y'all all booed up. He at home, she at home, acting right, home early if they going to work. Everything is lovely right now.
For real.
Has been for the last 4 weeks, maybe. Wait. Because today makes 40 days. So has been for the last 40 days. You've seen all the changes. You've seen all of the good stuff, the stuff that brought y'all together. But for those of you in Georgia, tomorrow you get to go out. Shelter in place is lifted. And for those of you who know that just this was just the quarantine boo time, in the back of your head, you don't want this to be over. Like for real, you are totally enjoying this because you know when this lift, this band is lifted, things ain't gonna be the same. Big juice. So I'm just curious. Did you have a good run? Did you enjoy yourself?
I ain't have a run at all.
Was it a really good um time that you had with Boo being booed up in the house with the kids, all lovey dovey? I'm just saying. So what you gonna do now? Reality kicks back in. So the light coming home, if he come home again. The midnight rendezvous start over again. For those of you who actually did something as families, you know, we made the family look good, feel good for the last 40 days. That's over again. So what you gonna do? What's the next move? Are you prepared to come out of this quarantine and do anything? Have you worked on yourself? Probably not, because you was too busy enjoying Boo. Did you get a business plan? Did you work on, let's say, your book, your business? Because if you didn't learn anything else, some of y'all learned we can't depend on these jobs. Did you figure out you have talents that can be used to make money in other ways? What have you done other than set up with Boo? I'm not sure. So that's what I want you to think about as I'm talking today. Because the ban is lifted tomorrow in Georgia. I know in other states it's still not lifted. I work in Georgia and Virginia. Virginia is not at all lifted. They're more conservative. But for y'all in Georgia, playtime is over. Playtime is over. So what y'all gonna do? Y'all prepared? You prepared to go back the way it was? Was you happy with the way things were before? Were you happy with your relationship? Were you happy with boo? Were you happy with yourself? Were you happy with your job? I'm wondering all of this. Stevie Steve said he definitely got more ideas for his business. That's prayerfully that was the goal.
All right. Somebody else
Like
said,
this whole quarantine was to wake folks up and get them where they needed to be. But some of y'all was still blinded because what you was worried about was what was Boo doing. You was too busy trying to figure out if Boo was coming home. And then when Boo came home, because we had the emergency stay at home, you and Boo, y'all made a whole new life. Give me one second. So what you gonna do? So I decided, let's give you some stuff to work on. And y'all know I'm all about working on yourself first. And if you had worked on yourself initially, you wouldn't even be in this situation. You just wasted a whole nother 40 days in this fantasy world that's gonna come to an end. For those of you in Georgia, most likely tomorrow. Reality is gonna crash. Some of y'all gonna set you on fire.
damn.
Some of y'all gonna ride it out in other states. And some of y'all who ain't gonna go immediately back to it. You're gonna start tipping and toeing. So you still gonna get a little bit here and there. But still gonna be tipping and toeing.
So you think it's gonna go back?
What's gonna go back?
You think that it's gonna go back to what it was before the quarantine?
For these relationships? Oh yeah.
Said I tried to teach y'all to YouTube and go to the Capitol before this started.
Pandemic started. The pandemic started.
Yeah, pandemic started.
I get that. Okay. So good point. Did any of y'all even figure out how to YouTube? Some of y'all got a message that y'all supposed to be giving out. Some of y'all supposed to be making money on YouTube, Facebook. Chasing the bag. Ain't that what the thing is? I'm chasing that bag. But are you chasing the bag or you chasing the boo?
Well, see what had happened was, right?
Because some of y'all chasing the bag as long as boo is doing good. Then when things go to crashing and burning, then all of a sudden you and boo ain't doing so good.
But
I'm
you can't wait on Boo to go get a bag. I'm confused.
just saying. That's all I'm saying. So I want to hit on some reasons why you and boo. If y'all wasn't working before, you ain't gonna work now.
Wow.
I mean, that's just period. I was co-hosting and some people didn't listen to the big man. Absolutely. A lot of people don't listen to the big man. They'd rather not listen to the big man because it's easier not to. Even this whole pandemic was all created by the big man. And people will say, oh, this ain't of God. This wasn't of God. Yes, it was.
Good morning, Miss Harris.
All of it was of God. It wasn't no accident. It wasn't an accident. It was not um, just something that happened. God has a plan through all of this. Whether you want to admit it, see it, know it, whatever, God has a plan. But do you have a plan? Because while you were in quarantine, he was trying to strategically give some of y'all some steps how to come out of this and be on the other side. But what did you do? You were still chasing Boo. No, I'm sorry, you didn't have to chase Boo anymore because for the last 40 days, you and Boo been booed up.
Booed up.
So your whole mind has been occupied with you and Boo instead of being occupied on how am I going to come out of this. Some of y'all lost jobs and are really struggling because you were only dependent on that job. And while you were in this, God was showing you your gifts and your talents for you to be able to use them so that you would not be in this situation again, because the situation is going to come up again. If you didn't know, this is just the beginning of hard times. So the situation is going to come up again. May not be next month, may not be next year, may not be 5 years ago, but it's going to come up again. But are you going to be ready? Are you going to be in a better state? Do you even know how to handle such a pandemic? A lot of you all, a lot of us were waiting on stimulus checks just so we could make sure that our business was taken care of, so that we could make sure our finances were where they needed to be. And guess what? $1,200 didn't go a long way like you thought, did it?
Boy, stop.
And now you're waiting to see if they're going to pass this $2,000 a month. But did you even think about the fact that there's going to be repercussions for this? Have you thought about the fact that our kids and grandkids, depending if it goes a whole 6 months, like they said, our grandkids, great grands will be paying this back? Did y'all know that the stimulus check, from according to the codes in the bill, stimulus check is a loan from your next year's taxes? Y'all ahead, mama. If you need the CARES Act, it's coming again in June. Exactly. It is. They pretty much, everybody is pretty much on the same page. They've already said that it's coming. It's just a matter of getting what they've already got straightened out so that they can bring it on around. So
No, let me tell these people. Ain't no
everybody is looking at it like, okay, I got this money, I'm going to get this money, but is it really worth it?
Miss Harris said, tell the people, ain't no more money coming. The ship has sank. Like Mama Quita, like Mom said.
No, not yet, Miss Harris. I've been keeping up. The Democrats and the Republicans are on board with this stimulus act, but the what is the man's name? He shoot. Oh, another pandemic in June. Oh yeah, it's another one coming. But the question is, are you going to be prepared? Or are you going to, okay, so we went over the 2030 agenda. The goal is to have everybody dependent on the government. So if they start these stimulus packages, I'm getting all off course right now. But if they start these stimulus packages, think about it. If everybody is getting $2,000 a month, let's say married couple, 3 kids, that's $5,500 a month. You're gonna get that. They're gonna get you acclimated to getting that.
Right.
That's better than going and working at Walmart or McDonald's and getting $800 a month. So now I have no incentive to go work. And then it's going to be a whole nother argument. Well, people have gotten used to getting this kind of money. Y'all see where this is going, but that's a whole nother situation. I'm sorry. So, like I was saying, where are you going to be once this particular ban is lifted? Where's your mindset? The mindset is where it all starts. And y'all know I'm going back to the foundation, to the laying the bricks today. Because had you been laying the correct bricks, you and Boo wouldn't have been all focused on you and Boo over the last 40 days. You'd have came out with something on the other side. Even if it wasn't nothing but a idea. Witty inventions and ideas were being downloaded, but for some of y'all couldn't even hear it because you were so caught up in Boo. Your destiny was birthed through all the pain that you've already been through. It built your muscles. It created character. It taught you things. And it's funny because I do a prayer call every day at 1 o'clock. And I don't know why, but God just brought it to me. And I was asking God, one of the infamous saying is forgive, but don't forget. The not forgetting keeps you stuck. It keeps you on the mouse wheel because you've forgiven, but the not forgetting means you've not forgiven. And when I say that, what I mean is you're still hanging on to past in current relationships or can't move into new relationships because of your past. So now the new Boo is trying to come in. The new Boo is trying to do this, is trying to do that. The new Boo is trying to prove to you that he's not, or he or she is not the old Boo, but you still holding on because you still not forgotten. So
Miss Harris said this on Facebook. She said people need to learn how to get money, manage their money, save some money. I definitely created a new stream of income because I trust God and not our government, regardless of what party is in control.
absolutely. See, that's what was supposed to happen. And Miss Harris is married. Miss Harris is it. Miss Harris knows God, so she understands and understood how to go through this pandemic. So if you're not in the correct place, that meant, like I said, you spent this whole 40 days in an elusive fantasy world with Boo, and now you're about to come out of it and you're about to be back in the same situation. But just in case you didn't realize, the old is not going to work now. The atmosphere has shifted. Things have changed. Nobody is going to be able to go back to the old. The funny thing is, your spirit, you're not even going to be able to put up with what you put up with prior to now. you're going to be in a different place. For some of y'all, your standards have been set a little bit higher. And Boo didn't even realize he or she was setting your standards and setting themselves up for failure. Because you just proved that you could do the right thing. You just don't want to.
Wait a minute.
And for some of y'all, it's going to be a light bulb that goes off.
Hmm.
Who wants to be with somebody because they're forced to be with
Steve said it'd be a new normal.
them? Definitely a new normal.
And they said on YouTube, new boo.
And it's time for the new boo.
But let me ask this, because when we came on the show on Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
we spoke about this isolation being like the wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of this isolation, some will be coming out of this wilderness in a new frame, new mind, new push in what you're talking about right now. But you got some
Mm-hmm.
people who will be like some of the other Israel that was hard headed, and they're gonna want to stay attached to the past. How does that spin into the new normal?
Say it again.
How does hey, she said what happened? Um how would that play out into the new normal? How would that end up becoming into the new normal?
Say that. How what part? Go back. I'm sorry.
Okay. So you got okay. So we so again on Tuesday we discussed about this pandemic, the this pandemic, the isolation is pretty much as being placed in the wilderness. Eventually we're gonna have to come out of the wilderness. With the with it being a new normal, how would those who haven't grown, changed, understood the season that they're in, how would they get trapped, or how would they be left out of the new norm?
First off, there's nobody. I'm gonna take a really hard shot at this. I personally don't see how anybody can go through this and not have matured in some way. That's just being honest. Because if nothing else, your eyes were opened to your job situation, your um, relationship situation, and it could have been good, it could have been bad, your financial situation. It You were affected in some type of way. So coming out of this,
We're gonna get you some water during the break.
it's not that. Coming out of this, um, realizing that life, they're going to try to go back to what it used to be, and it's not going to work. Like it's just, how can I put this in words? You can try to go back to a thing, but it's like you don't fit. It's like trying to put a circle inside of a square. It's not going to fit. Miss Harris says, wilderness analogy, all some people did was complain and create a new idol, even though all of our idols were taken away. Some people believe God and is waiting on the full manifestation of their promise. And you're absolutely correct. But for those who don't know God, didn't quite grasp what's going on or why the whole pandemic happened on a spiritual level, they're going to come out of this not understanding that things have shifted. There's a shift that took place in the atmosphere, on the spiritual realm. There's a shift that took place, and they're going to try and fit the old into the new, and it's not going to work. And the Bible says this is only the beginning of sorrows. So what they're going to see is, as they're trying to go back into the old and it's not going to work, it's going to leave them in a worse place or place them in a worse predicament than they were in. For some, it's going to be mental. For some, it's going to be financial. It's going to take different forms and different people. Which is why I'm coming now saying, what have you done these last 40 days?
Besides being
Are
laid
you
up.
ready? Go ahead.
I was gonna say besides being laid up with Boo.
Right, besides being laid up with Boo. Because see, distractions come in many ways. The pandemic itself was a distraction for some. Boo was a distraction for some. Kids was a distraction for some. Jobs or the lack thereof was a distraction for some. For some people, God had already started getting them on the road where they needed to be, and this came and just put a gray haze over everything that they had already started.
Even, and I agree with Ms. Harris, the complaining became a distraction.
Oh, wow. We're not even going to get on that. God hates a mumbler and a complainer. Can't do nothing with you.
Right.
You're not trying to grow. You're not trying to see anything, so you're going to be stuck. And a lot of people are going to come out of this stuck.
I think I think it's gonna be like I said on Tuesday. Those that are gonna come out of the wilderness is gonna come out. Those who don't get it are gonna get left behind.
They still going to be going around in a circle.
And
They still going to be riding around the mountain when she comes.
right. And I agree with what you said the other day. I think it was either on Monday or it might have been on Tuesday. That this will, either you're gonna come out of this the way God saw fit for you to come out. Either you're gonna stay stuck in the complaining, the bickering, the murmuring. You're gonna stay exactly where you are. And I agree with Mama Quita when she said it's gonna eventually drive you crazy, and then it's gonna mentally take you off this planet. So y'all thought the coronavirus or the flu or whatever you want to call it, COVID-19, 18, 22, 25, whatever you want to call it, that's not going to take as many people off the planet as those who are going to get stuck in the wilderness, because there's a wealth change coming. And some people are going to kill themselves. Suicide is going to be at an all-time high, believe it or not. And I agree with Mama Quita. I think this is going to play on people's mental. It's going to cause people to go mentally insane.
Because people aren't ready. They're literally not ready to deal with what's already here.
Grow with Google and YouTube Creator Academy. That's what I did. Miss, I don't want to say Mr. Fernandad. Yeah, because Fernandad. Yeah, because I really don't want to butcher your. I don't want to butcher your name, but I agree with you, and it's crazy because the young lady that you see on the screen, Mama Quita came on here In the beginning of last year, the middle of last year, the no all of November, all of December, and all of January. And she told everybody to create a business. Start a business. We had people like Miss Harris come on who has a business to show, to instruct. Mama Quita came on to show, to instruct. Um, who we had? We let me pull this up.
Fred.
We had Fred come on to talk about grow with Google, getting your business acclimated, getting everything that you need, get inside of the system. They did all of we did all of that. Now, for those that didn't, well, how can I find a nice way to say? She said I listened to your man Fred. Right. Fred came on here, told y'all to get with the grow with Google. We told y'all last year to start a business, get your businesses up, get you a real business, like on the Secretary of State website. Go ahead and spend that $100. It costs you nothing to get an EIN number from the feds. It only costs you $100 to register in the state. So now, if your life isn't built around a business, you will probably be an employee for the next 10 years. Ms. Tyson said, I choose to come out better. I'm a certified life coach working to become a master. I'm working on my ministry and business. The word God gave me was obedience.
That has been the word, Mama Tyson, for the last
8 months, 9 months, a year.
no, I'm talking about that has been strictly the word for the last year. I want to say for the last 7 months. He has been saying, keep your eyes focused on me. Do not look at what's going on in the physical because what's coming will misdirect you.
Hmm.
And when I say move, move. Don't question me. Move immediately and swiftly. I have been saying this since October of last year. Those have been the exact words that have been repeated for the last 7 months. Stevie Steve said, if you have not learned any lessons in this time to learn, you never will. Miss Harris says, my business took a hit financially, but we have adjusted processes and we're still able to make money from home. Grateful to God, we definitely will keep some of these new processes in place, and we were able to identify some weak areas as well. That's it. That's what this time was for. And for those of you who don't know God, who don't have a personal relationship, who can't understand when God is speaking to you, the only thing that I can tell you is get in a place, because now is the time that you will need him more than ever before. Now is the time to get a relationship, understanding how he speaks directly to you, understanding how the Holy Spirit begins to download strategy and begins to show you things clearly that you can understand. And these conversations that we're having, you too can understand. Because to a lot of people, we sound crazy right now. Yeah, it's not that we sound crazy. It's that when we come out of this on the other side, we're going to be placed, because the word said the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteousness. And we're going to be in a place that we can get that wealth transfer. because he's setting it up. See, the enemy thought he was setting it up for the evil. God said, I'll turn it around and take it and turn it around for our good. He's setting this up for his people. He said that there's a remnant. Jesus. He said that there's a remnant. And the remnant is going to rise because there's a revival coming. And see, what God is going to do is he's knocking down, and okay, so he's knocking down folks who fake, who ain't in him, who's leading his sheep astray. And I'm sorry, they're going to be wiped out. He's going to bring them, expose them, and they're going to be knocked out the way. For those that are higher, those are going to be the public. They made themselves a public display. Okay, you're going to get a public disgrace. I'm sorry. But for those who are really in God's word, who understands, who's really seeking God's face and moving in his word to increase the kingdom, they're, as a disciple, you are to preach the word, perform miracles, and deliverance. That's the three things that you were supposed to be doing. And in this time, these are the beginning of sorrows. And I keep repeating that because in this time, as things get worse, people are looking for truth. And people have always looked for miracles and things that they could somewhat attach them to. But at the time that we were in, it was all for show. People have tickling ears. They want to hear what they want to hear and see what they want to see. But we're coming into a time where it's going to be desolation. There's going to be isolation. There's going to be a hard time. And people aren't going to be looking for tickling ears. And they're not going to be looking for a show. They're going to need God with all their heart. Because they're going to be looking for a way out. Miss Harris said, I have been cleaning the clutter out of my house too. How do you have room for new things if the old stuff is in the way? Steve said, Mama, you inspired me to make a shirt right now. Go ahead, Steve. I got a couple of things we need to talk about too.
And even on YouTube, they said the last thing I heard your man Fred say was to buy stock. And I was able to buy stock when everything took a hit and took a dive. So can't say that you wasn't warned. Can't say that you wasn't told. You can't say, because all of this coincide with what Mama Quita's talking about right now. You've been told. Miss Harris told you. Fred told you. I told you. Mama Quita done told you. You've been told. And I got pulled to the side. I got smacked on the hand by Mama Quita about 2 months ago. Because I came on the show and I said, the last time Fred was on here, and I said, I'm not telling nobody nothing. Because I gave you everything coming into the beginning of this year. When I got off that show, I got a phone call, I got a smack on the hand that said, hey, you could have said it better. You didn't have to say it that way. Don't be mean to your audience. But my conscience, the way it wrapped around was, we have been telling you this for almost a whole 12 months. And it's almost like, how many times do I have to tell you the same thing over? And it's like a child. You're eventually going to get tired of talking to a child. Simple. You're going to eventually get tired of talking to a child. So I had to go and respect that this was the show. Mama Quita was right. I was a little harsh in my delivery. But at the same time, though, you still have to understand, you cannot say you wasn't told. It's almost like going to court. The judge is going to tell you there's no ignorance of the law. It's public knowledge. Jesus is going to tell you the same thing. The Bible was sitting right there. I sent all the prophets. So you know. So Miss Tyson said, when God gave me the business idea, it was 2 years ago. I set it up and then it came to a halt. I continued to renew the license. I did not get discouraged.
She said she did get discouraged.
Oh, I did get discouraged. Corona slowed me down, and bam, a class dropped in my lap, and it's been a blessing from 17
1,500
to
to
10.
1099.
Right. Um. She also said, God timing is everything. Miss Harris said, it's like the children of Israel. God said, how many times do I have to tell you to trust me and obey me? And that has been the thing. They said obedience is better than sacrifice. So when God said, go get that business, go do this, go start that, go start this, go start that, did you do it? Or did you do like they did when God told him to go take the land? Hey man, look, it's some giants over there. Was your giants the bank account you was looking at? Was you sweating your finances? Did you not move when he say move? Did you not prepare yourself? Did you not go get the equipment? Did you not build yourself? Because they told y'all 2020 was going to start off with a bang. And boy, the first quarter, the first 3 months of 2020 has been amazing.
I don't know about the rest of y'all, but obedience is a kicker. Because if you do what God say do, He will set you up to have the best. It's a setup when you listen and follow directions. I promise you, the setup is already there. I last year, okay, so I had to move out of my house by April 1st. I had some situations that came up where I was supposed to have something done on the 18th. My lease renewal was supposed to be April 1st. And I had been seeking God. God, do I sign a new lease? What I do? 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 And I kept looking for. Um, at first, I was gonna purchase a house, and I was like, okay, God, I don't have enough time to do that. So what do I do? Do I stay where I am? Do I sign another lease? He said, nope. And when God speaks to me, He speaks to me in threes. So first confirmation came, okay, God. All right. Second confirmation came, okay, God. All right. Third confirmation came. And then I was like, who was that? Uh was it Gideon? Somebody, excuse me. I can't remember who it was in the Bible, but he asked God to show himself, and God took him out in the morning. It was dew on the ground. And every time God showed him, he asked God for another confirmation. And when I got that third confirmation, I wanted to go back and say, well, God, I need another one. And then I caught myself and I said, you know what? No. Because at that time, I was looking at what was physically there. And I was like, God, well, I'm supposed to have this done on the 18th. How am I going to be ready to move on the first? How am I going to do this? And he said, trust me, pack. So I started packing. I started packing like, no, I didn't start packing at that time. I didn't. It was like a week before. Yeah, it was like a week before the 18th. He said pack. And I had got a couple of boxes, but I was moving real slow, dragging my feet like, God, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to have to stay here. I'm going to have to do the month to month, and we're going to be good. In my head, I'm going to have to stay here at least another month into May, maybe June, and then I can think about moving. Well, the coronavirus happened. And when the coronavirus happened, well, what was supposed to happen on the 18th didn't happen. My lease was still up on April 1st. So again, I started looking for houses, found this house that I really liked. My kids went, we looked. Oh, yeah, we like this. God said, put in an application. I haven't put in an application on anything else. 2 days came back approved. After that, you have to move in within 2 weeks. Really? Yep. No problem. I move in on 1st. I was able to get up, get out. So what didn't happen on March the 18th is going to happen later on, but now I don't have the worry of trying to figure out what we're going to do. Are we going to stay? Where we going to stay? Where me and my kids going to lay our head? None of that. And the place that he gave me, it satisfied all the needs that I took to him in prayer and said, God, this is what I need. This is what I require. Because, you know, God does set a standard. He says, tell me what you want and I shall give it to you. He'll give you the desires of your heart. When you're following him in righteousness and obedience, he said, I won't only give you what you need, I'm going to give you what you want. So I got everything I asked for in the time frame that was needed. So even though I couldn't physically see it, I didn't understand what he was doing. When he said move, all I knew was, God, I trust you. If I've learned nothing else, God, I trust you. When he tells me to do something, I've been obedient. If I understood it, if I didn't understand it, what he says, do it, do it. When it scared the daylights out of me, I still did it. I had to confront people. I've had to tell people things that he's told me to say. And when I do those things, immediately, he'll bring me a blessing. Or he'll show me something that I was questioning him about. Immediately. Obedience is the key to opening doors.
Yeah, obedience is key.
Period. On that note, we're going to come back in a minute with a break.
On that note.
On that.
On that note. Is it even going to play? Let's see.
We'll be back with more of the Wake Bacon Coffee Morning Show, live with Georgia's first black governor.
Nice.
Oh, did I hear that?
Right. See, we back from the break already. See?
When you take 7 shields, 7 natural ingredients come together. This is how your immune system works. To fight against anything that comes your way. 7 Shields is the body's first defense. Get yours at 7shields.com.
I've come too far to give up now. Made it this far, I wonder how. Father, I just wanna make you proud, and I don't ever wanna let you down. Carrying my cross, I chase the crown. Life get heavy, knees hit the ground. Battle cry in my heart, they hear the sound. Sweat just dripping from my brow. Driving to the lane, I'm getting foul. Devil been talking, getting loud, but I ain't tryna blend in with the crowd. Cause what did they ever do for me? Man, I was blinded, now I see. Made mistakes, can't blame the enemy. It's time to confront the enemy. So I'm here and I'm praying, I'm bending knees, yeah. I can't make it without you, can't take it without you, been faking without you. I can't make it without you, can't take it without you, been faking without you, I got these tears I'm breaking down, smiling when everyone's around. Won't ask for help cause I'm too proud. But Lord, you see beyond my mask, and you know that I won't last. You say slow down, I'm moving fast. I'm chasing the love, chasing the cash. I'm chasing the high and then I crash. Your love is the only thing that lasts. You know my future, see my past, and you see when I'm running out of gas. I cannot hide from you, even in my mess you got me through. Saying not my will but yours be done. I messed up and I jumped the gun, but I can't make it without you. Can't take it without you. Been faking without you. I can't make it without you. Can't take it without you. Been faking without you. I've come too far to turn around. You brought me here, won't let me down. I've come too far to turn around. You brought me here, won't let me down. No, I can make it with you. I can take it with you. I ain't breaking with you. I can make it with you. I can take it with you. I ain't breaking with you. I can't make it without you. Can't take it without you. Been faking without you. I can't make it without you. Can't take it without you. Been faking without you.
Jesus said that I am the vine. You are the branch. And anything that you ask my Father in my name you shall have. Because without me, you're nothing. Without Christ, you're nothing. That's my man Marcus Rogers right here on the Wake Bacon Coffee Morning Show. Sorry for the echo. Don't know why. But hello? Yeah, there we go. So welcome back to the Wake Bacon Coffee Morning Show. We're here live on the Mama Quita Love series. That is killing me. On the Mama Quita Love series, we are here. We are live. Before we went into the break, well, while we was in the break, Miss Tyson said Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. And in all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. I'm about to butcher this name. Fernandad. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I recently learned when I died, there will still be opportunities available for those who are still living. Life doesn't end with the absence of me.
Ooh, I like that. That was good. That was yummy. That fed the soul right there.
Yeah. So I learned when I die, there will still be opportunities available for those who are still living. Life doesn't end with the absence of me.
Can I add to that? Can I add to that?
Yeah.
Life doesn't end with the absence of anyone, but the grave is full of treasures and wealth, because it's a lot of people who died full and never got an opportunity to share what they were supposed to share as their gift with others. They didn't die empty, but they died full of new ideas, full of books, full of grace, full of movies, shows, content. When God gives you a gift and he gives you an assignment, he graced you with the opportunity to walk it out. But if you don't do it, he has no problem with moving on to the next.
Yeah, something I learned from a minister that says that God does not stop an opportunity. And the opportunity may be meant for you. But the question is, are you ready for the opportunity? And if you're not ready, God is not going to stop it because God is a precise, on time God. And this needs to be done at this precise time. And if you is who he wanted to do it, but you were not ready, guess what's going to happen? Your blessing or opportunity will just get passed over to the next person that is ready for the opportunity. Good morning, Miss Jackson. Ooh. So, also, I like that because what dropped in my spirit is you're supposed to leave that inheritance for your children's children.
Inheritance.
Inheritance. Yeah, same difference. For your children's children. So the opportunities don't die with you. As she said, life doesn't end with the absence of me. So if I've already set that foundation, it can keep going. If I took advantage of opportunities, then the opportunities can keep going and keep going. Good morning, Pastor. How you doing? I hate that song and slightly agree. ah,
Good morning, little sugar.
Good morning, Miss Jackson. Good morning, Pastor. Got Pastor Tucker in the building. So, um, yeah, it's what you doing right now?
What are you doing? Are you prepared? I if nothing more, can I say, um, if you've not heard anything else that I have said today, let me be clear. You've had 40 days, and it is significant because from March the 13th until April the 23rd. It's funny that last week we were talking about, well, I started on Friday talking about being in the wilderness. And then Gov came back Monday and it kind of flowed through Tuesday. And I was reading the first chapter of Mark on yesterday morning, and it was like my spirit quickened, and God said, count how many days it's been. And I went from March the 14th until April the 23rd, and it's been exactly 40 days. The children of Israel were in the wilderness for 40 days. Jesus spent 40 days in the wilderness. He was tempted by Satan, and the angels ministered to him. 40 days is the mark. And the week leading up to Easter, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't understand. All I knew was that my spirit was in great expectation. And I kept saying on Easter Day, y'all, on Easter Day, something's going to shift, something's going to shift, something's going to shift. And on Easter Day, on that resurrection Sunday, we all understand that's not the day that Jesus resurrected. We understand that, but it is the marking, the significance of the day that we give, the day that we consider that to be a special day. And I felt it. It was like a literal shift. And God confirmed it to me. And coming into these last 2 weeks, has it been 2 weeks? Yeah, last 2 weeks. Or has it been a week? Last 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks. Bernadette, so what you're saying, we just did a Noah and it's raining again. We rode out the flood again.
But
you're absolutely correct, Bernadette. Because as Mama Tyson said, she got her instructions 2 years ago. Think about this. When Noah was instructed to build that ark, It wasn't no rain in sight.
Nope.
Remember?
No.
It wasn't no rain coming, no nothing, because they were in a drought.
And it took years.
And it took years. Y'all think he didn't get discouraged? He was still human. Y'all think he didn't mentally battle? Y'all think he didn't question God?
And
But he was obedient.
and take this in consideration. It's been raining since January. Since the new year started. It's been raining. We've been having flash floods since the beginning of the year. We've been raining since the beginning of the year.
So, and it's funny because before we came on the show, I was sitting here looking out the window and it's been raining. And as I started praying, I always pray before we come on the show because I ask God to take over. But as I was praying, what dropped in my spirit was I'm raining down blessings. But with that, I'm raining down blessings because nothing grows without the water.
Right.
Everything dies when water is absent. Water gives life. And with him raining down blessings, if you're not in a position to receive, all you're getting is the water. You miss blessing.
Said
Mama, you said 40 days. I never thought about the amount of time. Exactly. Because we look at weeks, we look at months. A lot of times we miss the day. And Gov sent me a post the other day. Someone said something about numerology, said that numerology was witchcraft and divination and all of that. But God is specific when it comes to numbers in the Bible.
Very.
Very specific. So whenever I'm going through things or whenever he's talking to me, like I said, he speaks to me in threes. Be mindful of the numbers. Number of times he's talking to you, number of days, number of months. Be mindful. Pay attention. Pay attention to the little things because the little things are what behoove you. It would behoove you to pay attention to the little things because it's the little things that'll bring the blessing. See, a lot of times we overlook the fact that we woke up this morning. We overlook the fact that we have the movement of our limbs. We overlook the fact that we were given the breath that we take every day, all day. We overlook that we have an additional second, minute, hour, day, week, month to get it right. Exactly, Steve. I think you wasn't in when I said that. It's like 40 days and 40 nights. It's all significant. But going back to the 40 days and coming out of this, when he brought the children of Israel out of the wilderness, they went into the promised land. So what promised land are you going into? And are you prepared to go into it? Are you prepared to go into it and take the promise that he gave you? Because like Gov said, opportunities never die. They're just given to the one who's ready. So what have you been doing over these last 40 days? While you and Boo were running through your quarantine. Was Boo helping you set up for the future? Were you and Boo talking about business deals? Was Boo helping you to understand what stocks to buy, what classes to take? Do you need to go back to school? Do you need to update that website? Do you need to start booking events? Did you and Boo talk about this stuff?
See what had
What
happened
did
was.
you, what you say?
See what had happened was right. See,
Did, I'm not fooling with you. Did you use this time wisely while Boo was there?
no, we were bumping and grinding like cows. What are you
And
talking
let me tell you, you know what? I ain't fooling with you. If you did not use this time wisely with Boo, can you sit back and say that Boo added anything to you? Because if you spend 40 days and Boo has not added anything to you, Boo needs to go.
Yeah, he did. In about 9 months, we'll have a new addition to the house. I can claim
Because if
some on
all
my
he gave you was
taxes.
another mouth to feed, he took money out your pocket and he gonna be gone again in a minute. Because y'all already wasn't doing that well before. So Boo needs to go.
Mr. Jackson, cut it out. I'm just saying. So let's just be honest, and let's be honest. A lot of boos. That's what they did. They laid up in the house. They sexed till they couldn't sex anymore, and it's been one big fest. It's been one big party. Nobody has really thought, because like you said in the beginning of the show, and like we said, like we've always said since we've been on this show, why am I relying on the government to do for me what God has already given me? The ability, the knowledge, the skill, the trade to do for myself. And a lot of people are not looking at it that way. I can sit at the crib. It's prime example. Let's say my job opens its doors tomorrow because they fit in that category of opening in Georgia, a gym. How many of those are going to say, I'm going to go back to $9.75 or I'm going to sit here and wait for this unemployment? How many are going to really take the opportunity to go back, or are they going to sit at the crib? Because it's easier to sit at the house. See, I ain't waiting on no stimulus check. Because me and my boo thing discussed what we was going to do before they even start talking about a stimulus check. We was already working out our ins and outs before there was even a lockdown. We was working on business before now. The only great thing about this quarantine was we got more opportunity and more chance to work on what God was giving us. The question is, have you? Or have you just parlaying, chilling? Because a lot of boos have been booed up. And that's how the song go. Booed up. They've been bumping and grinding.
Miss Jackson said, "Not all boos have done that." Mama Quita, we gotta talk after. That's a fact. It is easier to sit home and do nothing.
And I mean, it's true. Not all boos are booed up. Not all boos are going half on the baby. Not all of them are bumping and grinding. You know, not all of them trying to figure out the 12 play. Some of them trying to figure out how to get 12 streams of income. This is why we was on here so heavy last year about people starting a business.
We didn't even know why, but we was being obedient.
I was just told to tell y'all, start a business. Do it this way. Go get this. Set it up that way. Make sure you got this. Make sure you got that. And what's crazy is Mama Quita will come in and confirm it a day later with the word. Everybody's looking to get this money. Well, Gov, I didn't get no money. Well, did you file taxes? No, I didn't file no taxes. Oh, well, then you're not getting no money. Did you start a business? No, I ain't do that either. Oh, then you ain't getting no money. Well, I'm confused. I told y'all the president that y'all got in charge is a businessman. So I remember your man Fred saying take $500 or whatever you could afford to lose and make a new bank for buying stocks only. It's nothing wrong with that. We told y'all to come on here and buy stock long time ago. We told y'all to buy stock. Told y'all to get yourselves in order. But the number one thing we have always told you, if we didn't tell you nothing else, get a relationship with Christ. Build a relationship with God. The reason why, because he will lead, guide, and direct you to where you need to go. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say, because we told you to do that first, and you didn't want to do that, that's the reason why you didn't do anything else. That's the reason why you've been booed up for this quarantine. This is the reason why some of y'all will be having babies come December, January. This will be the reason why come next year this time, some of y'all won't be mentally there. Because I think, and I agree, and I can physically see what Mama Quita is saying. For those that complained, bickered, murmured, those that wowed out this whole time, those that cried every day on social media, those that pointed fingers, those that did all the blaming, y'all going crazy next year. Because y'all are not going to be able to keep up. Because Mama Quita said it's going to be swift. It's going to be quick. And you would get outran by the tortoise. Because usually the tortoise is prepared. Because God deals with the ending before he writes the beginning. So the tortoise is going to think, how can I get to the end? And then he's going to work himself back to the beginning. But y'all ain't got to listen to Mama Quita, though. Definitely don't listen to me. Go get your Bible and read it.
Well, this is not quite the
boo thing you had in mind.
Yeah, this wasn't quite the boo thing that I had in mind, but God always works his way, and he always says what needs to be said to whom he needs to say it. So our time is almost up, so I can't actually go into my time.
Go. Do what you do. Do what you do. Do what you do.
I'm not even gonna try. Miss Jackson said, I'm trying to figure that out now. After a couple of months, maybe a year, business too will be up. So stay tuned. All right, Miss Jackson. Ooh. We will be listening for you getting it together, young lady. Ooh. So okay. We got like 15 minutes. Anybody else have anything they want to say? Ask Juice. Where's Juice?
I don't know what Big Juice.
He's been kind of quiet. Did he leave us today?
Nah, you know Big Juice is just
he'll up and leave and then come in and go. Bernadette said, you said a mouthful about the president being a businessman. The 1200 was about social security number, not residence. If your social has a residence, 100 of y'all can get a $1,200 check there.
Hey, man. I want to be on a Zoom call. I got you, Miss Jackson. Ooh. Last time you was on a Zoom call, you was very quiet. Never mind.
She said she want to be on the Zoom call.
I got him. He said, I'm here. He said, "Where can I find that
Oh.
girlfriend that y'all talking about?" Big Juice trying to figure out how he could get laid, how he could get booed up for the quarantine. He trying to figure out how y'all do.
Juice. I don't know what to say.
I don't know what I don't know how to help you out, Big Juice. Cause I haven't been booed up. Well, let me stop lying. I've been booed up with my business. That's because if my business don't work, Big Juice, then I can't take care of my true boo thing. So I've been booed up with the business. I've been up late working and getting things in order, including for this show. So I can't tell you where to find the women at, but I can tell you how to get your business off the ground.
Well, I can tell you. Wait, Freddie Dad said at the gym tomorrow or walking in the park.
So you can go to the gym, Big Juice. You can go to the park. You can come down here to Georgia because we'll be open full throttle tomorrow. But I told y'all,
Lord.
as soon as they sent them checks out, I told you, as soon as the checks get sent, they was going to open up.
They need that money to be
They-
spent.
they-
They need to suck
because-
your legs.
And the only reason why they opening up is so they don't get y'all caught up in that $2,000 trick.
Oh, it's coming. They gonna give it to you at least once.
I mean, even if you get it once, that's cool. But I'm gonna let you know. Are y'all really opening? Yeah. I don't understand what the problem is. New York would be a whole lot better if y'all open too,
Who said are y'all really
Miss
open?
Jackson. If New York go ahead and open,
I'm not getting. Okay.
oh, it's on Facebook.
I know.
Miss Maya laughing at us. But
Okay, there you go.
if y'all go ahead and open, it'll slow down the deaths that y'all have in New York.
Well,
And we're gonna open, but we're not fully opening. We're just opening certain things, and it's good because now I can send people back to work, and those that want to go back to work, they can report that they're going back to work full time or whatever, and that's less money that I owe back to the government. Because that $1,200, that was a loan on your next tax return. So in 2021, when y'all file 2020 taxes, that's that $1,200 is already
how it's gonna affect it, but you better believe it's gonna affect it.
that
It's gonna
$1,200.
affect your return for those of you who get checks back. It's definitely gonna.
And I said this the other day. They not opening black folk. She said black folk things. For me, I'm going down there for my tattoo. I'm still working to see people outside all the time. Ain't no lockdown. They lying to you. They not caring for us. They playing a whole bunch of games. This is my thing. Do not look at the opening as targeting certain races. Because you got plenty of folks out here that want haircuts. They want their nails done. They want... Now, like I said the other day, if you think that is racist because they are opening up certain things that black people tend to use more of, then why didn't they close down the liquor store or the...
You just contradicted yourself. I'm sorry.
No. What I said the other day was it is not a racist thing.
You just contradicted
How did
yourself.
I
Why are they opening up things that they use that most more black folks
No, I
use?
said you say that they are opening things that black people use more of. That's what I said. That you're saying that. I'm not contradicting myself.
Okay.
What I said was
I got you.
people feel that they are right. People feel that they are opening more things
I agree with you.
that black people use.
They are.
But guess what, black folk? You ain't got to go out there.
But that's not you right. We had this conversation on Tuesday. You right. We don't have to, but that is not the mindset. And I don't care how much you say that. It is what it is.
Well, I need for y'all to...
They gonna go out there and they gonna spend the money.
I need for y'all to change y'all mindset. But
But
this is
that
the
don't
thing.
change the facts right now.
But okay, so if they're gonna go out and spend the money, then you can't call it racist.
Why you can't? They did exactly what you just said. Okay. That's a
But for
conversation for
what
a whole
order
nother
you
place.
going? What are y'all trying to
I'm
see?
moving back. I'm not moving until June. They ain't getting that money back. I want you, Miss Tyson.
Right. She said Colorado.
Ferdinand, no, did you see the Virginia report yesterday? The money is killing the victims. I did not see that. Gotta
Said the
look that
medicine.
up. Jew said, open up the strip clubs. Baby, they never closed down. They just went virtual.
Right.
And Ferdinand, I think Colorado is doing the exact same protocol.
But certain states can open because certain states didn't have it as bad as others. You know, some states wasn't as worse as others. What I'm saying is this. I'm tired of black folks using the racist card because everything is not racist.
You're right. Everything is not racist, but some stuff is.
How is that racist? I'm
well, we're not even
confused.
gonna do that. We're not gonna argue
Black
about that.
people
That's your
are
opinion,
really
and we have
the
another
true race.
opinion.
Black people
Maya,
are really the
wait,
true race
Lola,
of people because honestly, if they put the same money and time into
hold on, you gotta
other
go back
people,
before that. Miss Jackson said, "Me, I'm a whole bunch of people. I want my nails done. I don't care, and the liquor store always packed up here."
right?
Maya said, "For what? Why? Where are you going? Who y'all trying to see? Sit in the house." Miss Jackson said, "Black people are really the true race of the people because honestly, if we put the same money and time we put into other people, we would be fine and actually be making money."
My point exactly. So it can't be racist because if you what's his face on his own barbershop, he said they're not opening.
Again,
But I bet you Great Cuts is open.
You're just talking. You're talking about certain things and how things should be, but we're looking at just the reality. It's got nothing to do. We ain't looking at the mindset that people should have. We ain't looking at none of that. We're looking at what is right now, the truth. Like that's the mindset of our people. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that white folks aren't going to be out there. No, because yeah, they are going to be. Nobody excluded them.
Right,
nobody said they're not going to be. Nobody said it's going to be only black folks. That's not what has been said. All we're saying is look at what they're opening up and who those places usually cater more to because of who usually spends money with them. That's all. Big Juice says virtual. I've been doing that for years.
Miss Myers said they know black people spend money and make the world go round. The black dollar is strong.
Exactly.
But it's not.
Period.
But stop saying. All I'm saying is just stop saying it's racist because it's not. Period.
If you just think about it. The black dollar is what really keeps America going.
How? Y'all are only 13% of the population.
We spend more money than any. It is a fact.
Right.
We spend more money than any other race.
Got
so
you.
Why would they not if they're trying to get the money back into circulation?
Right. So y'all spend, and this is I'm glad y'all brought this point up. Y'all spend more money. Y'all are the smallest population. Y'all are outnumbered by Mexicans. Y'all have become the smallest population in America. We spend more money than any group in America, yet we own nothing or we are not highly
invested. Your point is that has nothing to do with the facts right now that they are doing this to cater to the black folks.
No.
And I don't care how you put it. It is what it is. Like, come on, man.
Black folks been out here since we in quarantine.
You keep giving us all these facts, but you giving us facts based on what you're saying we should be doing. You're giving us facts on what you're saying how we should be thinking, and it has nothing to do with the reality of what is right now.
I don't buy it. I think y'all getting tricked. We already got tricked off the street already. So Miss Jackson said, "Ooh, we gotta learn to go back to what we originally were taught, which was to learn a craft, open a business, teach other people to do the same. It is what it is." And I agree. But y'all spent 40 days locked up with your boo thing. And some of y'all are broke right now.
Some of y'all was broke the next day after you had your stimulus check.
TVs,
Some of y'all
radios.
the same.
TVs, radios, stereos, you know, clothes. Thank God when no Jordans coming out.
See you, Miss Tyson. Go
See
eat.
you,
Can
Miss
you share some
Tyson.
of what you eating?
So, but at the same time though, perfect time for online college if you ask me. That's what Big Juice said. Exactly. They know that we finna buy anything. We're not finna buy anything of substance. Spend in the right places. We're gonna spend furiously. They are gonna get that money back quick. And check this out. Apparently, y'all didn't see, but some places got open because the wife of those that are in charge wanted those things. Some cities opened certain things and agreed with the governor not because they thought about you Negroes. It was because they got tired of hearing their wife complaining
Okay,
in the
but
house.
why? Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, but it's still
No,
boiled down.
it leaked out to the public.
But it's still boiled down. It's still boiled down. It's still opening up to cater to the black folks. I'm sorry.
True. But if they're only opening in certain places that are not in black communities, because the city of Atlanta is not gonna open.
Oh, okay. But
But
you told me
Alpharetta is.
yesterday that the beauty supply store was already
But the
it was
beauty
supposed
supply
to
store been
but
open since the lockdown quarantine.
exactly. So just because they say it ain't gonna be open in Atlanta, because they know that federally these places are supposed to be coming off of lockdown. Do you think they really not gonna and get a piece of that pie?
Right.
Really?
I mean, but some places have been open since they told y'all to stay in the house and quarantine.
You're absolutely correct. But again, where were those places?
They were still open.
But where were those places?
Cause you had some folks still doing house and hair in the
Where were
house.
those places? Maya says, yes, some businesses needed their money too. And I agree. A lot of the small businesses, I believe, that were hurting, they do need the business. They do need the money. They do need to get the money stimulated. I'm not arguing with that. I just have more of a problem with how they're opening and what they're opening.
So what should be open first?
Me personally, if they're going to do it like this, you should open hospital. Well, I ain't gonna say the hospital. I'm gonna say doctor's office. You know how many people need to go to the actual doctor and have a doctor look at them? I say you should be opening things that are our definition of essential are different. Big Juice, ain't nobody fooling with you right now.
I need a pedicure too, Big Juice. I understand your pain.
Yeah, bowling alleys. Maya said no bowling alleys. Bowling alleys and gyms, no. I think, yeah, they should open the parks. Yes. I think, yes, they should be opening more restaurants, but not in a full capacity. Yes. I think things like that, the smaller businesses that can control how many people are inside of their business at one time, yes. But just to open up bowling alleys, gyms,
I miss going
movie
bowling.
theaters.
We want to go to the
Come on
movies.
now. Hair salon.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Let's back up. 2 weeks ago, this was a myth. It's no bigger than the flu.
Oh, yeah. I got to go. I'm sorry. I forgot it's 12 o'clock.
Right.
I got a meeting I got to be in. I love y'all. Gov gonna take over from here. I will see y'all on Monday. Y'all have a good weekend. Talk to y'all later.
Gotta go. Bye, Mama Quita.
Bye, y'all.
So just real quick, and then we gonna log off. A week ago, this was all a myth. It's made up. It's no worse than the flu. It's this, it's that, and the third. It was downplayed that it wasn't as worse as the numbers project. The numbers are being fluctuated. So many people have it. So many people have actually died. It's a very small percentage. So this is my thing. If we are being lied to about the numbers, if this is no more than the flu, then what's wrong with the bowling alley? Because now it's a contradiction. Either this is just as good, either this is like the flu, or it's worse than the flu. And if it's like the flu, and if it's not, and if the numbers are being fluctuated, and if this is a hoax and a myth, then if it's just like the flu, then we should have opened bowling alleys. Then theaters should be open, because they don't shut these things down during flu season. And social distancing is an oxymoron word, because social and distancing are the opposite. I want more days of this behavior. I got paid to learn entrepreneurship, learn to Google. I wrote a book. Right. So I just want y'all to think about that over the weekend. It's either a hoax or a myth, and it's not as worse and not as bad as they say it is. And if that is the case, then what is wrong with opening everything? Because you can't come out on social media and say it's fake, and then when they say, well, let's open everything, then now we can't open everything because y'all just forgot to say it was fake. So just yesterday it was a fake virus. Now y'all don't want things to open. But they were going to die regardless. And most of the people who have died already had pre-existing conditions. Nobody has died directly from COVID-19 or coronavirus. Everybody who has died because they already had a pre-existing condition, whether they knew of that condition or not. I have 2 people close to me that has it. But the reason why they tested positive for it is because they already had the flu. Flu, sinus infections are a coronavirus. So the flu is the coronavirus. Sinus infection is the coronavirus. So these things are already the coronavirus. So of course you're going to test positive for the coronavirus if you got the flu or the sinus infection. And most people who have died already had a pre-existing condition that their immune system couldn't fight this off. We have twice as many people die of the flu every year, and we still don't shut down. So either this is a hoax and we need to open back up, or it's not. So, but that's our time. I ain't gonna hold y'all no longer. I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all get the notifications for all the live. If you on Facebook, get the notifications. If you on YouTube, make sure you hit the notification bell. Click on all. It's a real pneumonia. I had it 2 years ago. I was bedridden for 10 days with my chest about to explode. It confused the doctor, so I refused any medicine. My point exactly. So if you're accustomed to getting certain things, pneumonia is part of the coronavirus family. The flu, sinus infections, anything that is viral is part of the coronavirus, the common cold. And then y'all want people to cure corona, but they can't even cure the common cold. Think about that. There's no cure for the common cold. There's no cure for the flu. So there will not be a cure for this. So go back to work. Wash your hands. Wash your behind. Most importantly, put God first. Get God in your life. Stay in prayer. Stay prayed up. And then you will be good to go. And allow God to lead you where he see fit. This is our time. We'll be back and we can finish discussing this on Monday. Y'all know what it is. Gov gone.
It's time to get up and get ready. Yeah. For the hottest morning show in the ATL. It's the Wake, Bake, and Coffee Morning Show. Live with Georgia First Black Governor.